Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel UK News. We hope you are doing great. In this video we will talk about Donald Trump at Moms for Liberty says Ivanka hired millions of people. Donald Trump has claimed that when he was president he wanted to appoint his daughter, Ivanka, as America's ambassador to the UN, but she opted to instead to work on job creation and hired millions of people. The Republican nominee for president in 2024 made the bizarre comments during a fireside chat on Friday night in Washington at the annual gathering of Moms for Liberty, a national nonprofit that has led efforts to get mentions of LGBTQ identity and structural racism out of classrooms. In a long, zigzagging and at times incoherent conversation, Trump ricocheted between topics including his parents' marriage, Scotland, his reality TV show The Apprentice, Elon Musk, a super genius guy, his debates against Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, and his upcoming contest with rival Kamala Harris, whom he described as a Marxist and defective person. A man who is Donald Trump places his hand over his heart as a man in military garb salutes next to him. At one point the 78-year-old reflected on the career of his daughter Ivanka, who was a senior advisor in the first Trump administration but has been largely absent from the campaign trail this time. She was making so much money from her fashion brand, he claimed, but then gave it up to join him in politics. Trump recalled, "I said, you would be a great ambassador to the United Nations secretary, there'd be nobody to compete with her. She may be my daughter, but nobody could have competed with her rat, you know she's got." She said, "Daddy, I don't want to do that, I just want to help people get jobs." She would go around, not a glamorous job, but would go around to see Walmart, to see Exxon, to see all these big companies to hire people, and she had hired, like, millions of people during the course of her stay. The co-founder of Moms for Liberty, Tiffany Justice, sitting on stage with Trump, did not challenge his extraordinary suggestions that Ivanka had the requisite experience to serve at the UN or that she was responsible for hiring millions of people. Justice did repeatedly press an anti-trans agenda. Trump argued that transgender women should not be allowed to play in women's sports, and said access to gender-affirming health care should be restricted. He repeated a false right-wing talking point that Olympic women's boxing champion Iman Khalif is trans. Khalif was in fact assigned female at birth. Trump went to make another wildly misleading claim, but the transgender thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school and comes home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen with your child, and you know many of these child's sick 15 years later say, "What the hell happened? Who did this to me?" They say, "Who did this to me?" It's incredible. Trump speaks at the rally in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, on Friday. He added that school boards have become like dictatorships hostile to the desires of parents, echoing conservative frustration that bubbled over in public meetings during the coronavirus pandemic. "I'm for parental rights all the way. I don't even understand the concept of not being." Trump added, "The parents truly love the kids. You have to give the rights back to the parents." Often unprompted, Trump also kept circling back to his favorite topic, immigration. He said of migrants crossing the former president had entered the hotel ballroom as he does at his signature rallies, standing and soaking up applause and chants of Trump. Trump. Trump, as Lee Greenwood's "God Bless the USA" boomed from loudspeakers. Trump was seeking to shore up support and enthusiasm among a major part of his base. The bulk of Moms for Liberty's 130,000-plus members are conservatives who agree with him that parents should have more say in public education and that racial equity programs and transgender accommodations do not belong in schools. Yet Trump also runs the risk of alienating some moderate voters, many of whom see Moms for Liberty as extreme. In recent months, a series of embarrassing scandals and disappointing performances during local elections have called Moms for Liberty's influence into question. The group also has voiced support for Project 2025, a radical blueprint for a Republican presidency from which Trump has repeatedly tried to distance himself. Moms for Liberty serves on the advisory board for Project 2025, and the author of the document's education chapter taught a strategy session at the group's gathering. Paula Steiner, a Republican activist from Vienna, Virginia, said in an interview that Trump is the one standing in the way of further attacks on parents' rights. Tim Walz and Kamala Harris will do everything they can to make America the most liberal country. Thanks for watching our video. Please hit the like button and subscribe the channel.